a lot of kids had dads who played in the league.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the recipe. I mean, you're looking at myself. I can think of some. I didn't even think about that.
Damn.
I was thinking about MJ, you know what I'm saying?
I feel bad now. I'm like, oh wait, your daddy was MJ. You way worse than me. Shit. Maybe it's not that bad.
What's up? This is Outta Pocket, the hoop show for real hoop fans. I'm LaJethro Jenkins.
I'm Josiah Johnson.
I'm Zach Schwartz. Legendary guest, Tim Hardaway Jr. How you doing today?
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, clap it up.
Fresh off of practice.
For real?
Yeah,
They called it late, right?
Yeah,
I mean, can we say that?
Yeah, it's all good. We good. We in the
You
building.
feel me? Got the burger song, comfortable, you know what I mean?
We was about to pull up and see what was cracking. He was in the area. We was trying to figure out what was going on.
Right?
So your dad's a Hall of Famer, obviously, right? You know what I mean? Did you feel any pressure growing up being his son?
Yeah, I think for the most part, all the way up, I'll say until I got my first offer from Michigan. I think that was, after that, I think a lot of weight was lifted off my shoulder. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, instead of him pressure me into trying to love the game and have him live through me in order to love the game, you know, I think he realized, you know, he had to be more of a father figure than a coach in that aspect in order for the family to be at peace, I would say. So it takes a lot for him to say, you know, he gets emotional talking about it, but you know, it's a real thing, man, when you're growing up and you have to follow you don't have to, but you want to follow your parents or whoever is your figure, their footsteps, and you know, it's a challenge, you know, so you just got to be prepared and ready for it.
So when you got the offer to Michigan, did you flex on your pops like, nigga, you went to UTEP?
No.
You ain't get one of these. You got the El Paso.
No, I flexed on him a little bit when I got there and we went to the Final Four because he'd never been to the Final Four national championship game. That's when I flexed on him a little bit, but he was telling everybody shit. He was living through me that whole entire time, man. You know, I had a great time throughout the whole entire process. You know, I love Michigan. It was the first team that ever gave me an opportunity, you know, to fulfill my first dream. That's to play in college at a prolific D1 type of level, caliber team. So, and school, university. So I was happy.
Beating your dad in one-on-one is a rite of passage for Hooper sons. My pops played in the league, but he was washed by the time I was like 12, 13. He had the janky neck, janky hip, just giving him work.
At 13?
He was washed.
Oh, 13. Well, your dad was a god,
but
okay.
We knew his weaknesses.
Studied the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Going at his hips were like a half inch, like one was a half inch longer than the other. So I'm going at the weak hip.
My.
But when was the first time that you beat your dad in one-on-one?
It was in front of his boys.
Oh no. Oh no.
But he didn't let me win though. Let me get to the story.
Okay.
We were at LaSalle High School in Coconut Grove. We had an open gym. You know, me and my dad normally would get to the gym an hour before they played just so we could have our one-on-ones. And, you know, he'd teach me some things here and there, put me through workouts before the guys actually came and we actually played, you know, our 5-on-5. So the guys started trickling in a little bit earlier than normal. We're playing one-on-one, and at this point, my dad is, you know, he's retired, but, you know, he can still move, he can still play. Like, he's playing in those 40 and over tournaments, still giving work.
For sure.
Kill crossover, all that stuff, putting the body on him. He still can move. So this is when I'm like, I think I'll say 15, 16 years old. I did a move, and this is when I'm starting to dunk, like starting to pipe, like dunk hard. Yeah. So I went past him, and when I'm going up, he grabs me from the back of my shirt while I'm in midair and yanks me out of midair and throws my ass down on my back. Damn near almost broke my neck. He was like, I'm done. I'm not playing you. It's over with. That was like the passing the.
So one way to pass the torch.
You again.
So that was it.
I was wondering if he ever played you.
No, that was it. No, then we were teammates after that. I had all open runs. We were teammates, so it was cool.
Did you know, like, I'm league now? Like, I can just cook 15.
I
boom on Tim Hardaway. Like,
my dad was older, so it's like it was not really like
it counts.
He still giving it counts, but it's like he's teaching me all this stuff, and like it's like he's more happy that I'm actually doing it against him and showing me that, and I'm showing him that I'm actually like taking the stuff that he's giving me and implementing it into my game and trying to do it. And then I think I just surprisingly just did it and went past him. And
he was happy, but he wasn't letting you jump.
He wasn't letting you jump.
He was smart.
He took it back to 90s basketball. Yeah, he took it back to 90s.
I've
He hit you with the flavor too.
Yeah, flagrant too. Yeah.
I'm noting this. It never made it to the league, but I will be doing the same move to my kids. For sure.
So your pop, Mr. UTEP two-step.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Who has a better crossover? AI or your pop?
My dad.
You can be as biased as you want, obviously. I mean,
I'm going with my pops, man. I gotta go with my pops. I mean, he carried a little bit, but it wasn't to a point.
I like the honesty, though.
I'm gonna get backlash for it. I mean, I loved AI. That was one of my favorite players growing up too. Like, I loved watching him play. He was very exciting to watch, for sure. I mean, but you know, I gotta talk to my dad after this.
Right.
So AI had a long, wide crossover. My dad's was so compact, tight, quick to the point. I mean, you go full speed and get past someone. So, that's why I think his is, a little bit more effective.
Do you guys ever debate your eras? His era, your era?
He would say my era is soft.
Interesting. What do you say back?
His era was some hacks, I guess. but for the most part, I mean, you gotta respect their era. You know, they battled, man. Like elbow you in the chest, talk trash, fight. I mean, you won't even get thrown out of the game if you do something like that. And back in the day, now if you blow on someone's face, it's a technical foul. So. I mean, back in the day, you had to have really, really thick skin. I think that's what he was really trying to teach me. Like, back in the day, we had thick skin. Like, we could do this, we could do that, we could talk trash and bring it. Nowadays, like, it's the constructive criticism, isn't where it needs to be, and guys take a little bit more serious, a little bit too serious, and guys aren't mature enough, to take it. So that's just the thing that he would say the difference is, the constructive criticism part of the whole situation. Yeah.
Right on.
LeBron James talks about he wished he didn't name his son after him because of the shadow that carries.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that sentiment?
I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but I mean, your son's going to have to, build his own legacy.
For sure.
That's what my whole mindset has been throughout this whole entire, process from when I started picking up a basketball till now. So I think I'm doing a damn good job of it, just creating my own legacy and just making sure when I'm walking around, they say that's Tim Hardaway Jr. That's not Tim Hardaway's son, just, that's like a big deal to me. So when you see me in the street, say I'm Tim Hardaway Jr., not Tim Hardaway's son. No, all seriousness though. But I mean, I think it's great. You're naming your son after you. I mean, it's a privilege. It's an honor. Carry it to the best of your abilities, and whatever your son wants to do, just be behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling him how to raise the kid or whatever, but from looks of it, he's doing a heck of a job. He's out there hooping, doing his thing, and everybody wants to see him flourish and get to the top.
So leaguers are fans. Like they want to see Bronny do his thing.
Yeah, they want to see him do his thing, man. And I think he's definitely shutting up a lot of the critics as well, for the most part. So
LeBron put up a tweet, said he was watching League Pass, and he said that Bronny could play in the league right now.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
You play in the league right now.
Is he talking about in the league or like
in the L, bro? NBA.
In the NBA, in Adam Silver's National Basketball Association.
He said that day he was watching it, right?
Yeah, he was watching League Pass.
NBA.
We did some scientific research, and we may have keyed in on who he was watching, but we're not going to name any names. Do you feel like Bronny is good enough to play in the league right now? And if not, do you feel like Bronny can get to that level where he can be league in the near future?
I think for the most part, I knew for me personally, I was playing against NBA guys when I was 16, 17 years old, going against Rajah Bell, Udonis Haslem, all those guys. So right then, and Carlos Boozer, the list goes on. All
Carlos
the guys.
Boozer cooked me when I was a younger gentleman. So. PTSD.
Didn't he? Something like that?
We played him in Fresno, bro. He had a bowl cut.
Before the what's that?
Big ass Alaskan with a bowl cut, and he's built like a grown man at that point. I'm still baby fat, trying to figure it out, and like you got to guard him. Like, come on, dog. But sorry.
Also, who else? Rasul Butler, R.I.P.
Yeah, the legend.
We had guys that were prolific guys in the league. So, I mean, playing against those type of players, 16, 17, junior, senior in high school. I had already kind of had the confidence that I knew I was going to make it. I just had to wait my turn.
Oh, for sure.
So I think for the most part, I mean, if Bronny's doing that right now and playing against league guys, which I'm pretty sure he is, I mean, the sky's the limit for the kid.
That was a great answer, too.
That was a phenomenal
That was a great answer.
No way, you can't get clipped up any which way on that. That is good ass answer.
Oh, this man been in the lab for a while. Obviously. He's been well prepared for all of this. Well groomed. You feel me?
Yeah. You run for political office. I will help on that campaign.
Every single bullet.
I don't think we were playing that night when he made that tweet. I don't think we were playing that night.
It wouldn't have anything to do with you.
He wasn't talking about you.
I know that.
I mean, come on, man.
He was like, I'm watching Tim Hardaway Jr. and Bronny could come through.
I want to make sure we wasn't on TV,
that glass of
it
Los
could be
Lobos.
anybody, Shit. That was a plural statement.
Right.
16, 17, you felt like I could make it to the league.
I'll say, at my senior year, from the junior going into my senior year of high school, I felt like, I had the tools. I had the tools. I mean, you got a Hall of Famer 10 steps away from you.
Yeah.
Down the hallway, So, I mean, any questions that I needed or any answers that I needed,
right there,
it was right there. Mm-hmm. So I would say I think a cheat code, but it's not really a cheat code if you don't use
and put
the
work
tools
in.
and put the work in.
Yeah.
So that's why I hate when people are saying, "Oh, you had everything given to you." Like, no, you had to work for that, man.
Yeah.
Like, I was in the same situation as you, the same camps, the same everything. It's just how you carry yourself as an individual and how much work you put in. I mean, it was times where my dad had to tell me to slow down in workouts because I was going too hard. So when I knew that, I knew for a fact that I had the work ethic. It was just more so of me just continuing on to mature and continuing on to work on my body and focusing on the task at hand.
A lot of kids had dads who played in the league.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're looking at myself. I can think of some.
I didn't even think about that. I was thinking about MJ, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Oh, of course.
But that's where I was going with subliminally. I wasn't going to say, I'm not going to just make kids like that. I need the Jordan plug.
They know smoke,
Because I feel bad now. I'm like, oh, wait, your daddy was MJ. You way worse than me. Shit. Maybe it's not that bad. So I would say, give yourself some credit. Like, when you look at guys like yourself, Steph, other guys who had dads that played in the league, it definitely gives you an advantage being around those locker rooms. Like you said, being able to go pull up and hoop with dudes like on the Miami Heat and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you got to do it. You know what I mean? People say, oh, you only here because this, that, whatever. But they're trash, so don't listen to them. They're on the couch. And people are going to hate no matter what. So even if you didn't have those things, they'll figure out a way to try to hate. But so I want to talk to you. You grew up in Miami.
Yeah.
Tropical climate. We're tropical people.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
We are.
Tropical people. Very beautiful climate. It's true. But you go to Michigan for college.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, what was that first year, that first winter for you like in Michigan? Because we used to play out there, and this shit would be so cold.
Yeah.
And I was coming from L.A., and it's worse because it's winter break. Nobody's on campus. It's just straight to the gym 2 a days, whatever, back to the crib. Like, what was that first winter for you like out there?
It was actually kind of fun.
Really?
I'm not even going to hold you, man. Well, I used to go to Chicago. I mean, my family's from the South Side of Chicago.
Okay.
So I wasn't born there, but we would go there every winter break, as a kid before I started really getting into travel ball and stuff. So I was kind of used to all that stuff. But I really wanted to go to a school that was close to home, like family home. And I had 4 offers. It was UCLA, Florida, Michigan, Villanova.
Was it Ben Howland at UCLA at that point?
2010?
Or was it? Yeah,
it would have been Howland. Yeah.
Howland was still there.
That's a tough phone call.
Me and him get along now, but it would have been a transition for you.
UCLA, I mean, I just think, I know there was 2 schools if I went to, I would not be where I am today. And that's UF and UCLA. I just don't feel like I would have been locked in and keyed in, I would say.
Especially come springtime.
Yeah. So And
when
then
it's cold, you just get shots up in the gym.
Relax, bro. Cheek season in spring. Oh. I know exactly. Bro, cheek season at UCLA.
I believe it. Hey, bro, you better get
Niggas are not going to the gym. We sitting right on the steps, looking at broom walk juice. It's like 30,000 students, and I ain't never seen her before.
You were wild.
In my younger life, happily married now.
But the first winter in Michigan, it was fun. We used to have these things called West Quad versus South Quad. And the first snow day, it was a snowball fight between both dorms.
Okay.
So both buildings, there was a street in between, and then at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, someone will pull both fire alarms on both sides, and then that was the
That was on some wild shit.
yeah, that was the and it'll happen. It don't matter if it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday, pull the fire alarms. Everybody will go outside on the lawns or whatever and start having snowball fights. But some guys were throwing ice balls, cracking windows and shit. I'm like, cars were right there, so they were busting up windows in the cars. So
College life.
Guys.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Don't hit him with the J, bro.
It was freshman, so it was a freshman dorm. So it was freshman, sophomore dorm.
For sure.
So we're in the heart of March Madness.
Yeah.
And you were blessed to make that nice championship run when you were at Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember just from that tourney run and just that experience playing in the tournament?
What I remember?
Yeah. Good memories, and then I think Zach will get to
I was going to ask you about the officiating, but
okay, that'll come later. All right, cool. I think for the most part, my freshman year, we weren't supposed to even make it. We were 9th in the Big Ten. We had a big win against Illinois in the tournament, in our Big Ten tournament, and we lost the second game, but we got in. Won the first game, beat Tennessee. They were AC, beat Tennessee by 30, 40, I think it was. And then next game, that was the year Kyrie only played
8 games.
And he came back and he had the two most important points of the and that was like towards the end of the game. That was only 2 points he scored. So it was crazy. He mentioned he brought it up to me like 2-3 days ago. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
I was like, he didn't score that many points because there was like Nolan Smith and all those guys.
Was great when he was there.
Plumlee brothers were all there. But then the second year we were a 2 seed, I think, 2 or 3 seed, and we got bumped out by University of Ohio University. Sorry.
Bro, they're not watching this.
Right. But they were good. They had solid players. But then the third year was, with Trey Burke, myself, Stauskas, Glenn Robinson III, Mitch McGarry. Oh my God, Karis LeVert.
Yeah, you had a squad.
Yeah,
crazy squad.
Yeah.
Did you look back at the Louisville team? You're kind of like, how the fuck?
But you think about it, they had some junkyard dogs,
True.
man. And they had Gorgie,
Peyton Siva on that team?
Payne Siva, Russ Smith,
Yep.
Montrez Harrell.
Yeah.
Oh
Montrez
my
is
God.
like off the
They
bench.
had a junkyard dog, Montrez. That's the him and
broke his joint.
Kevin Ware.
yeah,
I don't know if he was on.
That was
I don't know if it
was that the year though? Was that the year?
He broke his leg.
That was the year. That was the year.
Yeah.
So they had extra motivation.
Yeah, motivation.
Win one for the Gippers.
Yeah,
Squad.
and then you had Hancock coming off the bench.
Yep.
That's who killed us. He had like 5 straight threes in that game, and then Trez was just killing us on the boards. It was just, and was it Shane Buchanan?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Sure? That sounds right.
But I can't remember the first.
What is it? Who is? I forgot. But I don't know. But he was like the junkyard dog for them. Like he was the one that would go out there and bruise everybody, box everybody out, take charges, offensive rebounds, just do all the dirty work. And that's what I think that's what really, separated us, from them at that time.
It wasn't the gentleman wearing a striped shirt making back calls left and right.
That's the next question you wanted to ask.
Yeah. I want to ask you because
can't get fined.
We were talking before you got here that in March Madness, kind of the shame of it is that sometimes during the tournament the refs make themselves too much of the game, and in college how detrimental that can be. And I felt like in that final that was kind of an example of it.
Yeah, it was. I think I got the dunk going down the middle. I had that, and then we had the the ball rolling. I think we had our momentum was about to shift. And if they didn't call that foul on Trey, which was a clean block, it's debatable. Everybody debates it. F what they talking about. That was a block.
I'll say it for you. Fuck what they talking about.
Yeah, it was a block.
You know what I mean? I got you.
It's a block, man. It was just a tough pill to swallow at that point in time, so you couldn't really do anything about it. But that was a big momentum shift. If they didn't call that, I really felt like we had the opportunity, to win that game.
How does it feel the day before that game? Like, how do you sleep knowing you finna fucking play for like that?
It was crazy. I mean, it's kind of hard because you're in the room, but in the hotel where we were, like, you could hear people in the lobby, like, downstairs, like, partying and going crazy, like our families. But we were upstairs, so I was excited as hell, ready to play. I think a little bit too excited, just because no one ever gets the opportunity to play in front of 75,000 plus,
Georgia Dome, right?
Yeah, like who? Like only.
Can I ask you? This is something I always like asking people: is you're in those bigger arenas for like the Final Four, and championship, right? Does it fuck with your shooting?
Yeah.
The depth perception?
Yep.
See, I alweys tell people it does mess them. And they're always like, I don't think so.
It does. I mean, I understand why they do it,
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that. I understand why.
I love it all.
Yeah. I understand why, pack the house out, pack everything out, but it is what it is at that point.
Got to ask you next question, but we're going to keep this centered to your rookie season.
Yeah.
Drafted by the Knicks 2013.
Mm-hmm.
You join a roster full of some absolute legends. I mean, Melo, J.R. Smith, Amari Stoudemire. I got to check the list. Metta World Peace, I think, was there for
Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, Kenyon. So who was that vet that showed you what it means to be a pro on that squad?
I think I would say for the most part, T.Y., Tyson Chandler. But my guys that would like take me under their wing, like go out to eat, make sure that I'm good. The ones that would make me go do things, to go grab donuts, like all that shit.
Right.
Who's Melo, J.R. Smith,
of course.
Kenyon Martin, Amari Stoudemire, Raymond Felton. Who else? Oh my God!
It seemed like
Mon Shumpert. Shumpty wasn't even a damn vet, and he was making me go out there and grab shit for him. He's 3 years older than me. What you doing, man? Come on, but yeah, like T.Y. was like the one that was like in the gym early, and like working out, lifting, and doing all that stuff, and then just me watching that, really helped me, know what I had to do. But the other guys, they played a similar role, probably even bigger one, because they taught me how to move outside of the gym. They taught me how to like not get into trouble and get into situations where you may get into trouble. They'll be like, "Yo, rookie, you can't be here," like, or like, "Come and eat with us, but we're gonna get out of here because it's not a good look," just because from the stuff that they in the past that they done and witnessed and all that stuff, just looking out for me. So that's just what I try to do for the young guys that come into the league on our teams and all that stuff. So, but they played a pivotal role, on the outside the lines rather than inside.
Of that list you just mentioned, who are you the most afraid to fuck up their order of?
That's a good question.
And I feel like I fuck up Melo's order.
It's two people. It's two people. It's Kenyon Martin.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
And Melo.
I feel like Melo's order would be the most particular.
But you know J.R. Smith. Knowing J.R.
That's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy, yeah.
Seeing how he switched shit up, after retiring, becoming, inspiring and important role in golf, going back to school and stuff like that. Does that surprise you at all? You know what I mean? And were you a part of the team? I mean, was he playing golf back then? You know what I mean? At that point?
He was playing a lot of golf all the time.
He was still trying to play 36 holes in off days and stuff
that? He would go out there and golf and all that stuff. I think that's when he really started, around that time when I was on the team with him and when I first got there. But, me, to answer your question, for the transition, if I knew that would happen, not really. To be honest with you, the first time I ever met JR, it was at a WNBA game for the Liberty when they were playing in Jersey, and he dyed his hair red.
Did he have the red mohawk?
No, it wasn't a red mohawk.
Okay.
It was like afro or twist, or it was like red.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, like it was.
He's still dyeing his hair.
Yeah, but it was just like that's the first time I ever met him. So from that to now, just the maturity aspect and everything. You know, he's done a heck of a job, man, for sure. And, you know, I commend him on it. Everybody wishes him well always and forever. He's been doing this thing, though, on the golf course, going to school, getting his education, helping everybody out, especially the younger generation, letting them know that, hey, like, we're not only, you know, basketball players, you know, we got other talents and other dreams and aspirations, you know. So I really do look up to JR. You know, he was a vet for me, truly, that really helped me out and helped me get to where I am today as well.
What was your welcome to the league moment? Like someone that cooked you in a game?
I don't think it was someone that cooked me. I think my welcome to the league moment was a preseason game, and we were playing against the Boston Celtics, and I didn't know where a screen was, and my dad always told me, like, to watch out. When you get into the league, you got to watch out where you're going. Like, you got to be aware of your surroundings because people try to fuck you up.
Yeah,
you know,
people like Steven Adams exist.
Yeah,
right.
I see you turns that F to a fuck.
They're not like trying to, but it's just
set a good screen.
It's just basketball. Like, you gotta be careful. So Chris Humphries set like a blind screen.
Chris Humphries,
he's a big dude.
Sure,
man.
No one called the screen out. I ran into it and it like cracked everything from like my neck down my spine to my hips. Like everything just cracked all at one time. Like I was at the damn chiropractor.
Right.
That was like my welcome. Like I was like, oh shit. Like I gotta really be careful. Like around how I'm moving and how to avoid this shit because, you know, you get hurt. So
why didn't they call the screen out?
I guess because I was rookie.
Did they show it in film?
But my vets wasn't playing, so it was like, you know, the guys that are trying to make it, you know,
figure it out too.
Trying to figure it out, you know. Got CJ Leslie on the team, like got J.R. Smith's brother Chris Smith on the team, so like everybody on the court. So it's like people are like just trying to worry about themselves a little bit, just trying to be in the right position.
Right,
you know?
right.
The speed of the game probably hadn't slowed down yet.
That too.
Did the coach show it in film?
No.
Okay. Thank God.
That's
always
so
the
I was
word.
happy. I was happy.
Okay, cool.
Was there a moment where you thought to yourself, I've made it? Like, was there maybe you went off on someone one of your kind of early games
I think for sure the All-Star weekend in New Orleans. The Dion Waiters, you know, back and forth, thing. I really do feel like that was probably, I think JJ Redick said something like that a couple weeks ago. Like that was like the last time where like a game at All-Star weekend was kind of fun and like exciting to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was the moment where I knew that, you know, I'm here.
Right on.
I was just thinking about the gummy incident, so I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh, here we go. Just eat one. Because I done been there. They're so tasty.
I've been there too.
They are so delicious. You are like, damn, I forgot what I'm doing. Because this shit's so good and I'm hungry.
Or it's like it hasn't kicked in yet. I'll have a couple more. Hurry this along.
Okay, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, sorry.
So we had Spencer on a little while ago.
Dinwiddie.
I'm excited for this question.
Spence, you know what I'm saying? And Spence said he has never lost in ones outside of KD. Can you corroborate that? Has he not played you in ones?
He hasn't played me in ones.
Okay.
Or, you know, anybody on our team in ones,
That's what he said. He did say that. Okay, I was making sure.
I was hoping you'd be like, no, on this day at this time,
right.
he lost.
Yeah.
No.
But do you think he is as he says he is with ones?
When was the last time y'all seen someone really stay in front of Spence, though?
That's
True.
a fact, though.
Great point.
If y'all really want to, like, that's my boy, that was my teammate, but, like, and we're not teammates anymore, but, like, he talks a lot of shit. But, like, I'm like, he's like, no one can stay in front of him. I'm like, if you think about it, no one really can, like, stay in front of you. Like,
yeah.
But what's wrong with Spence? He picks and chooses when he wants to play fast. And that pisses me off. Man. I love Spence, man. I love him. That's my guy, man.
So he was fun, too.
On the note of ones, we were asking like, you know, about Luka and stuff like that. What's it like getting to watch Luka do Luka things?
I think it's different, like watching while you're on the floor with him than watching on the, like, sitting down.
Interesting.
So watching playing, you think it's going in every time. You like, you know, when he's doing his step back on the left wing or when he's posting up, doing his Dirk fadeaway, getting to the basket, all that stuff. You think all his shots are going in every time. But, like, when you're on the court, like, you can't really, like, focus in on that because you got to, like, get back on defense. You got to, like, set screens, roll for him, move around, make sure you're in the right spot at the right time. Like, you're not really keying in or locked in on what you're doing. But last year when I sat out from January all the way till that Western Conference, finals, series, then I was watching. I'm like, damn, everything looks like it looks like his shot is going in every time, especially when he gets on that roll.
Yeah.
And he starts to cook and he starts getting to the line and he starts driving to the basket and then he'll act like he's laying up and then it's the late pass to the corner and to the wing or wherever the hell he wants to throw it to. It's exciting basketball to watch, especially when he gets going.
I love when he gets talking too. So I think one of the things, and you can pass on this question, does it surprise you that Booker still wants to talk with him? That surprises me. And if you want to pass on that one, that's fine. But
he's new wave light skinned, Zach. We're new and improved.
I feel like he was about to say this nigga. And I was like, yeah, I would have said it too. Luka got it in him. You feel me? He got a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
D-Book threw the first punch for the remarks he made. These are facts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Threw for the remarks he made, and then Luka snapped back. I mean, if you're in D-Book's position, what you gonna do? You gonna sit down? Like, no. I mean, everybody's competitors at the end of the day.
No, for sure.
If I'm getting kicked like that, I probably just gotta.
And I think Luka respects that more than anything because Luka loves that. He loves that competitiveness. He loves when people talk trash. That boils something inside of him that lights that fire under him that makes him want to go. So I think it's I think it's great for basketball.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I think the rest just need to let them go and do their thing. Let them get into it.
Yeah, I agree.
We need
this is
more
a great answer again.
Let them get into it a little bit.
This man is savvy.
A little bit more of that. You feel me?
That's kind of cool. We're gonna have our guys back though.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun though. They're both gonna have long careers and it's gonna be exciting for sure.
So a few months ago, your dad said that Luka at age 23 was better than LeBron was at age 23.
My dad said what now?
In an interview. So he said Luka at age 23 is better than LeBron was at age 23. So I'm not going to ask you about that, but just using that as the starter for the question. When you look at the top 5 NBA all time, no international player has been able to crack that list. But you look at what Luka's done in his very short career, he has the trajectory and appears to be on pace that he might become the first person to do it. So you get to play with him all the time. Do you think Luka, and obviously there's a lot of time left, but do you think Luka can crack the top 5 all time, become the first international player to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I think so.
Why?
Everybody sees it. I mean, there's not much for me to say.
Okay.
I mean, the triple-double machine does everything you want for a player to do. I mean, he's young still. He just turned 24? Like he guy is not even in his prime, which is scary. Yeah. So I mean, I'm just gonna be just like everybody, excited to see how the future plays out. Right. I mean, that's my dad's opinion. Yeah. I mean, he knows the game very much so, more than me. So,
yeah. And when I hear it, I'm a big LeBron fan. So when I hear it, and I've been on that Luka train for a little while now. And for me, it's like when I just talk about trajectory, because you say that, people are like, "Oh, what you talking about? No, you can't do this. He didn't." It's like multiple NBA teams. He got to win this. And it's like, okay, but just look at where he's at now, what he's doing, the level of cooking that's going on, right? How he's embraced by the black community. Yeah,
that's 1,000% true.
We had Spencer on the show. He said he had Negro tendencies.
Damn, that's when I was like, when he, God damn, I'm like
hearing him learn.
Let's talk to my soul. You feel what I'm saying?
I can't speak a lick of Slovenian, so hearing him embrace the lingo,
you feel me,
and execute it. It's like 9.5, 9.8. Can't give him the full 10 yet, but he's getting close. Right. Knowing that he has Negro tendencies deep down. I'm gonna still dap you up after.
Right.
Nah, but let's talk a little bit about, obviously the trade went down. You guys get Kyrie. You relived the glory days from the tournament. He reminded you of those two important.
Jesus Christ.
But it seems like from the outside, everybody kind of has an opinion of Kyrie, and people don't really know Kyrie, right? But the media, fans, everybody kind of formulates their opinion of who this dude is. So they talk a lot of the negative stuff. They don't talk about the donations to schools and all the others, I feel like in the last couple of months, he's put up $40,000 on a GoFundMe. Just the amazing, incredible stuff he does for the community. So I want to ask you, what is Kyrie like as a teammate?
He's awesome, man. I have nothing bad to say about the man at all. All he wants is peace, to be honest with you. Shows it Shows it in the locker room, shows it outside the locker room, shows it when he's around the guys, when we're just chilling out, relaxing. He's a very smart human being. If you guys ever get the time out to like really sit down with him, it's a lot going on, but it's a lot of good shit that's going on up there. But at the end of the day, he just wants everything to be at peace, bro. That's for the most part. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
Is he still lighting the sage? And if so, how do you guys feel about that scent? Because I feel like it's an acquired scent. You have to get used to.
That shit fire. I fuck with sage.
That's what I'm saying.
I love sage.
I love sage. Right. It's calming. It's a calming scent. I get it.
I'm more of an incense type. I just haven't had enough sage in my life.
Too, man. You know, switch it up, baby. Yeah. Variety.
But every black person I know, Gilbert Arenas, I'm at his crib all the time. He got the sage. Like everybody's got the sage. I feel like that's the next level of blackness. Like we started with incense, and then you had to get to sage. I'm not at that sage level yet. It's the ultimate.
You ain't got there yet.
I'm
You're in between stage.
I'm still a little incense stick.
Level up, come on, my boy.
But you still saging?
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, he is.
A thing I always love asking is about shit talk. Mm-hmm. Who is the first person to like talk shit to you in an NBA game? You hear stories like guys like, yeah, KG, I'm hearing KG yell at me. Like, is there a guy that was like a vet, or was it someone surprising? Was it Boogie that told us about Tim Duncan?
It was, oh my God.
TD, TD. He didn't talk. He just slapped him on his ass after dropping 16 in the floor.
Good effort. Like
shit got ugly. It's TD though. It's TD. Ain't nothing try.
Good try. Yeah.
I think the first person I would say is DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, what?
Boogie.
That's a full circle for us.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, DeMarcus. Yeah, and then KG.
KG.
Because KG. I think they were playing in Brooklyn when we were with New York. So
okay.
So it was like.
Yeah. We've seen that clip of him on the bench.
Yeah.
Is he talking to you? I've heard he talks a lot to himself, but he's talking a lot to himself about other players. Like, oh, he can't guard you, KG. He can't guard you.
Talking in third person.
Right.
Yeah. Does it even register, or is it like, damn, I made it? Like, he's talking shit to me.
No, it's like,
just back
it's more so like they're talking shit to me, so what you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a guy your size or your height. Like, you just coming into the league.
Right.
Attack the legs.
They respect you more if you go back at them than, you know.
So are you talking out on the court? Because you get a lot of buckets.
I don't talk a lot at all.
Let the buckets talk.
If I was you, if I was getting the buckets at the level you were getting buckets,
start chirping back.
Right.
Let niggas know what
a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. I'm not gonna then it gets too out of my game, and then it's like I'm not locked in. So
I ain't gonna lie, because I was the same way. If I ever started talking shit, I would do something stupid. Like, I remember one time I was younger and I started talking shit and I literally like tripped on the 3-point line.
Get you sped up.
Literally fell and was like, fuck. I can't do this shit no more. I gotta
in front of the baddies too. God damn.
Just keep it to myself.
Yeah.
But is there a guy that tries to egg you on or tries to get into it? Because it feels like in the league
right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
Is it Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, everybody.
Yes, I knew it. Look,
it's everybody, man. He's everybody, man.
It's impressive. It's a lot of talking. Like, you're running a lot in a game, and to be able to talk that whole game is
sometimes
crazy.
he doesn't even talk to you. He's just talking to himself, but he's like
saying
he's saying about you, but he's talking to himself, and he's like right next to you. So
KG
like,
move.
Excuse me, sir, I can hear you. I'm right here.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks, man. You know, Draymond.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Day, you know.
Draymond seems like an annoying shit talker though, because it don't matter if you beat him by 30. He's one of those types that's just going to still keep talking and never just embrace that ass whooping. Like, he's
I've been playing against Day since 2010, 2011, back when he was at State.
Wow.
When I was in Michigan.
The other school.
Yeah, the other school, man. I've been playing against him ever since, you know.
Was it that bad in college too?
Talking?
Yeah. Not that bad, but because, you know, you can't get texts, you know.
For sure.
You know,
the
technical fouls, the coaches go crazy if you get texts.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Izzo wasn't going to let him.
Yeah, so.
You just stay above it?
I won't even say that. I just try to lock in and do my thing, man. Smart. I just, all that energy going on the... So, I mean, if it has to get to that point, then yeah, I'm not going to...
And I don't even need a specific name on this, but has a guy ever been shit-talking you, then you start busting his ass, and then he literally just has to stop calling his tracks?
Really back in?
Just take the L?
Yeah.
Is there somebody ever apologized? Like, I'm sorry I was talking shit to you.
No, I'd be like, it's all good.
Your dad stopped playing when you were like 10, right?
Yeah.
Who was the dude you watched growing up? Like,
my favorite player, Dwyane Wade. That was my
For
favorite
real?
player growing up.
That makes sense, bro.
D Wade, Miami kid. Miami Heat wasn't really doing all that well since, like they got rid of Zoe and then my dad and then Mashburn and everybody went their separate ways. They needed a spark. They had Karan, they had Lamar Odom. I think Eddie Jones was there for a little bit.
He was
around
there.
that time,
He was
yeah.
there.
So, I mean, when we got D Wade, I mean, that was like from the first day on, like he lived in the same neighborhood. Like he lived around the corner from where I was growing up. So it was awesome. And ever since that day that I met him, that's been my favorite player all through his career.
Does he know that? Have you told him that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fire. That's fire.
And if he doesn't, then he knows now.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I told him that. I think when I was in New York and we did the jersey swap.
Okay.
I told him that.
Fire.
So when you guys do the jersey swap, do you wash that jersey or do you keep the musty jersey and then frame it?
The musty jersey frame.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say that's what I would do. You can't wash that off. That's the greatness.
Yeah.
We might need to.
That's the special stuff.
But we might need to Jurassic Park it and clone it someday. So we got to really keep. We got to keep that. We got to keep that juice in there so we can fucking go get it.
That juice.
That juice is crazy.
That's crazy.
I always wonder that though, because I'm like, damn, because it was like Patrick Ewing's jersey, like, damn, this soggy ass jersey. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? But I'll just hang dry it.
Right.
Let it get off.
Ewing, bro.
Yeah, and just frame it.
Is there any favorite Mark Cuban story that you might have? I just feel like playing for him as an owner, like that is he, in my opinion, one of the best owners in the league.
That is the fun, like the fun story, just playing for him.
Yeah,
as an owner, there's only a couple owners like that, him and Steve.
Yeah,
that are really, really into it.
Yeah,
standing up, cursing out the refs, trying to coach, and then doing all that stuff. But it's for the love of the game because they're just as competitive, if not more competitive than us. We love playing for him. It's an honor for sure.
Does he give you guys inside line on like if you got an investment idea, you can go to him with?
Oh, he'll give us some. That's also a great thing about Cube. He'll sit down with you. I mean, or like if he has something that he wants us to like. Or has interest in like learning or checking out whatever, then he'll be like, okay, I'll be here, so and so, and whoever wants to come, then just come. Like
that's incredible.
It's cool. Like I mean, you don't have to, you're not obligated to, but it happens only when he has a time or opportunity.
Of course.
But
busy guy.
Yeah, but for the most part, he's open to talking to, and his office is always open, which is amazing.
So my dad played for the Clippers during the Donald Sterling era. And much different owner than Mark Cuban. Like Donald Sterling didn't want to pay for athletic tape. Had him practicing at the Y. Their locker was literally like a nail on the wall. But it seems like Mark Cuban has been so advanced with just taking care of players, making sure the locker rooms are decked out, making sure y'all travel good. Is that still the case? Does that still go on? Y'all still eating good, traveling good, fine?
Everything good, man.
Everything's
good. Great, actually.
And as a player, how much does that make you want to, because again, I'll compare it to my pops. He's on the Clippers. He's kind of like, fuck. like shit, dog.
This is the projects.
Like, damn, do I really want to do this? But on the other side, when you have all that stuff, it's like, damn, man, I really got an owner who's invested in trying to make this team great.
Right.
I want to really go out there and run through a wall for him, run through a wall for this team in this city.
Yeah, you got to be appreciative, especially for what, him as an owner, what Cube has done for the organization, and for the most part, what he's pouring into it with all the advanced technology and all the cameras and shit everywhere in the ceilings and stuff to monitor like the players running and jumping and how long they're running, how much toll they're putting on their body, and then the shooting, the arc, how you shoot. No,
I remember the thing with Dirk.
It's the whole everything.
He had like the arc machine, but it was like, that's why he shot it so high because of like the mathematics of it when it comes down.
Wow. Better chance. Has a better chance.
Better chance of going in.
Thing where you shoot the ball and then you have like a big ass screen over there and then it shows the percentage inside the circle where the ball hits in the rim and how much arc it is, percentage for it. Man, it's a whole thing, man.
So it's like you made the shot, but that wasn't really cash like that.
Right.
That was
Actually, it wasn't as wet as you said it was.
You feel damn.
You were 2% off.
Long way from an ice bath and the gun. Just sitting there shooting. And the show's called Outta Pocket, and so I want to ask you, what is the most out of pocket thing you've seen in the NBA? I guess within
that you
reason.
can share with us.
I know. I'm not trying to get,
not that.
Yeah.
Not that.
Because who gave
Not that, but
who gave the story about buying clothes on the road? Who was it that we had on? Yeah, he said that when they were on the road, James Johnson was buying new clothes every road trip. Wouldn't pack it back.
Hop on a plane and just
get
his shit when he got there.
Within
I'd be so nervous.
I was teammates with James Johnson. I don't think I really saw that.
Okay.
You didn't see the fist? Like, was it a cap? He might have done that in his later life.
I don't think Nas
He might have done it in his later life.
Different time period.
Because me is like,
Who said this?
Nas Reed.
at least pack a pair of underwear, dog, just because you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Something crazy. I mean,
Guys with weird eating habits. You don't.
We ain't got to be like, you ain't got to pull back the veil. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody eating black licorice, like it could be as simple as that. Like that shit is nasty. I don't care what nobody says.
Of course it is.
No, I don't know. We go back to that. Get back to that question for sure.
Obviously the playoffs are coming up. You guys are dealing with some injuries. How are you guys getting ready for the playoffs? Keeping everyone kind of involved for when they're ready to then jump back in. What's the prep process like?
I think for us, I mean, it's making sure that you do whatever you can to get back on the floor. That's first and foremost. And secondly, I think this is a great opportunity for next man up. Having a next man up mentality. We have some young guys. Kenley Wright, Jaden Hardy.
Yeah.
We got guys that are rookies, two-way guys, and they're getting a lot of minutes right now. And I think down the road, I think that's going to be big time for, say, like you need to spare someone 5-7 minutes, or you got it cooking. You're staying in the game because you got everything is going through you, and you having an effect on the game on a positive note. So, I think just making sure that if we just keep on having that next man up mentality, everybody takes care of their business off the court, making sure that their bodies are right, they're getting all the treatment they need. I think we could make a great final push and get a higher seed.
As of this recording, y'all are 8th. Does it feel like kind of like playoff, like every game fucking matters?
Every game matters. Yes.
It's tight down there, you know what I mean?
Every game matters. Every game matters after All-Star break.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's regardless of your seeding. Like it's like we setting up for the
we're trying to get our everything. This is when we start sharpening everything up and start really like locking in, and the depth chart, and people are not going to be getting that many, so it's that many minutes. I mean,
some of y'all ain't going to be playing.
It's just like
some of y'all.
The first half of the season, my boy.
It's just like, it is what it is. That's how it is for everybody, though,
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's trying to win. So it's just, whenever time you do have the opportunity to play, you got to go out there and do your best, and that's just what I try to lock in on for sure.
Like, how much pressure is there right now? It seems like this is one of the tightest Western conferences. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm a LeBron, I'm a Lakers fan. Lakers won a game and they dropped a spot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff I've never seen before. A team will lose a game and they go from like 4th, 5th to 8th or 9th. Like, it's just a wild time. So is this one of the toughest Western conferences you've seen, especially with the addition? Y'all got Kyrie, KD coming to the Suns. It just seems like this West is some of the best it's ever been.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it, because it's anybody's game. You don't have a lot of people going on one team. Everybody's somewhat equal in a sense, or have their main core guys that they've had, and they all been playing together, and they are ready to finally make that push. So it's equal. I think it's equal. I think it's anybody's game. I don't think there's a clear cut team. I mean, you could lose on any given night, but at the end of the day, it is when you're in the playoffs, it is a 7-game series. So, anything can happen.
You played in a national championship. Obviously, a lot of pressure there. You played in a Game 7.
Yeah.
What was that environment like?
It's like every possession matters. Like, there is no room for error at all. You know what's coming. You know their plays. You know what they're doing. It's been 6 games, and you played them 4 games before that in the regular season.
Yeah.
So you already played them a total of 10 games. There's nothing new. It's about being a ball player, knowing your personnel, knowing who you're guarding, and knowing their tendencies at that point. Plays are out of the window. You got to be a player. at that point.
Is there anything you do before those kind of big moment games to like ground yourself, like meditation or anything to like try and block out like, oh shit, this is a game 7?
I mean, now being in a game 7, I know what I need to do now, and that's just take it as if it was a regular season game prep wise. You know, not overdoing things. Look good, feel good, play good mentality, and you know, you go on from there.
Right on.
So how annoying is it to have to play the same team 7 times? I'm dead serious.
Thought about it like that.
Think
But
about
I'm
that.
like, damn, man.
Like, I'm tired of looking at you,
again?
dog. I gotta see your ass again, dog. I'm tired of looking at you. Like, I don't like the way you
same screen.
I don't like the way you rub your nose or whatever. I don't like the way you blink, dog. Like, I've been looking at your ass blink for 7 games. All that shit is weird. Like, somebody need to take a shower. I don't know. Whatever it may be. But how annoying is it to have to be matched up? Because like you said, at that point, like, I know everything you're gonna do. You know everything I'm gonna do. So are you trying to reinvent stuff, or are you just trying to make sure you perfect it and try and play as mistake-free basketball as possible?
I mean, you know, there's no such thing as mistake-free.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, once it gets to that point, at that point, it's mano y mano. It's the will. Who wants it more at that point? Kind of similar to like an open gym.
Yeah.
When you don't have no plays, but you know who you're playing against, and because you played against him all the time. You know his tendencies. You know what he wants to do. So you do whatever you can to stop him from doing that so you guys can win.
It's like you know the player's spots. Keep him from getting to that spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
Is there a most annoying player to guard for you? Like someone that you're like, you see it on the schedule and you're like, I'm going to run off 1 million screens tonight. Is there someone that you're like, they just...
So for me...
so calculated.
I'm so good.
It's like... The hardest people to guard are the ones, like you said, are the ones that are constantly moving and don't stop. So for me, the hardest guy for me to defend, JJ Redick, all day.
Really?
All day, every day. When he was here with the Clippers, oh my God. Coming around screen, down screen, floppy action, coming down from the head on the rim, coming off a 2 or 1 screen. If you beat him there, he passes it, comes back around, and then goes around the other side. And then if he doesn't get it, he's doing a figure 8 going around. And then, so it's guys like that, Steph, Clay, the guys that are constantly moving and shooting. And then if you try to beat them to the spot, then they're so good at backdooring you and getting a layup. It's like, you can only take away so much, you know?
That sounds frustrating.
And then also, like, all those screens, you're going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And when you do, they let that motherfucker fly in 0.1 second. Yeah. It's a hard night.
But then we got to get this to JJ.
JJ. It is your birthday. We appreciate you coming through on your birthday. Happy birthday.
Man.
Seriously, thank you.
This long.
Yeah, I know. We fucked up. It was at the bottom of the dog.
Hey, I'm going to be real. If it was my birthday, I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm going to be at the crib. I'm going to be at the crib. Napping. I know let's do it.
Appreciate you, man.
So we know you got the salty donut spot.
That's fine in Dallas.
So look, we don't have the salty donut out here, but we know you are a connoisseur of some donuts. We brought you our best version.
Oh, you can thank you. I appreciate that.
Happy birthday, homie.
We ain't gonna say
For
the
me?
whole shit, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Happy birthday, homie.
The black version?
Hey, y'all got them gourmet ass shits.
There's some variety in
Real
there.
decadent. You feel what I'm saying?
What in the caucasity are these donuts?
Yeah. This is sidecar. I'm a
these are elaborate ass donuts.
I'm a Randy's guy.
I'm a Randy's.
Sidecar is very good.
Yeah. Randy's.
See, we got Blinkies by my spot, and they only stay up until 2 in the afternoon, and once the donuts is gone, they're gone. But they're not elaborate. I don't know if these are salty donut level, but when I get to Dallas, I'm going to definitely come to your spot, spend some money, because we appreciate you pulling up.
No doubt.
Little plug, my homegirl, frequent show, donut shop. You know what I'm saying? She said they crazy. You feel me? She saw you. She said you were there one day, and you left. She said you drove on a spaceship. She was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? But yeah, G, I know your donut's fire, so
appreciate
I want to say that.
Thank you.
Huh?
Why did you invest in? Why? I mean, so it's a long story. So I have a very, very great friend, high school teammate. His name is Bijan. Known him since I was a sophomore when I transferred from private school to public school.
The All-American. The reverse.
So it's just like he had a buddy, then we became friends. Always wanted to, have an opportunity to invest in something. And what was very, very passionate about at the time and still am today. And this is when I just started to drink coffee and started to get into all that shit. And and then I was like, you know what, like, Bijan, if the guy, his name's Andy, by the way. If Andy wants, to, come and, talk to me about probably like doing something, I'm ready. Like, I want to do something. I want to get my feet wet, you know? I'm like, I really love, I really love what they're doing, especially back at home in Miami. So if they ever have an opportunity to, just let me know. Coincidentally, I get traded to Dallas. They have a spot trying to open up in Bishop Arts out in Dallas. And I'm like, I guess it was meant to be, so I didn't even hesitate.
For sure,
Awesome.
for sure.
Can I interest you in self-tying do-rags?
I think we could end.
We're looking for an investor.
We're
looking for an investor. Okay.
Just hard cut too.
Yeah,
do-rags.
no goodbye. That's out.
That's great. That's great,
Wow.
man. Appreciate you.
No,
man.
we appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you, guys. Thank you, man.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment below. And if you want to listen to this, listen on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts.